of disrespect you tolerate shows how much you think you're worth. My biggest regret in life, which I don't have many, I'm a firm believer in God's plan and that whatever's going to happen is going to happen at the right time, and that a lot of the times I'm not seeing the full vision of things, and that in the long run, something bad or uncomfortable at the time may be worth something good in the end. But one of my biggest regrets, despite all those things, is not letting people miss out on me. A lot of the times as people, we tend to force people into our lives, and what happens with that is we're choosing quantity over quality. So you're choosing people that don't want to be there, that don't respect you, that don't want to be in your life, to be in your life. You're forcing them there. And this constant pushing and pushing and pushing more and more, a lot of the times causes people to pull away farther. And that can become a very toxic thing because you have this level of attachment to someone and they're just pulling further and further away from you. And that can become so negative to your mindset. And another issue with that is that you're basically tolerating disrespect just to keep people in your life. Whether this is like a relationship or a friendship, whatever it is, these people don't value you. That's why they're willing to lose you. That's why they're willing to walk out. Why would you want someone in your life that doesn't value you? The issue is that the people that truly love you will choose to be with you even when you aren't serving them. They will choose to stand by your side. Think of your family, think of your friends, think of any relationships, whatever. People will chase you because they see the value in you. Those are the people worth standing by. But these people, they are willing to walk out on you, and you are pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing more. A lot of the times, the more you push, the more they pull away, and that is very negative towards you. It shows that you don't have respect for yourself a lot of the times because you are constantly tolerating this disrespect. You're constantly tolerating this negative behavior towards you, and that you basically are condoning that they don't think you're worth anything. And by letting people miss out on you, you are showing you don't need this energy in your life. You don't need this person in your life. You don't need anyone because you in yourself are just as capable, with or without. And that is the mindset you need to achieve all of your goals. And that is when you will see yourself flourish and you will notice yourself the most happy because you are so content within yourself that you don't need anyone. People can walk out. If people choose to walk out, they can walk out. And you will still be fine because you are okay with letting people miss out on you. That is what the difference is. A lot of the times when you let people walk out on you, in return, they will actually chase you. A lot of the times people view it as like a game, and that's why people will walk out, is that they think, oh, well, I can just come back whenever I want, right? And so after you let people walk out, you will watch them chase you because they will realize that, oh, she let me walk out. That's weird, right? And so that's a lot of the time what that is. And another thing is that not everyone loves you. And that's a hard truth. That's something very hard to swallow. The world is not full of great people. There are bad people everywhere. That's just the world we live in. And you don't need everyone's love. This is another thing tying back to quantity over quality. You are seeking love with everyone and everything, and that is going to hurt you. You don't need everyone's love. You just don't. The love of the quality people in your life, that's what matters most. That's what's most important. And that's what you need to focus on. Another issue that we always see is that a lot of the times, the people that are walking out, where are they? What are they doing? Why are they worth chasing so much? Why are they worth pulling towards you? That's something you highly need to consider, because if this person is worth so much that you're disrespecting yourself, you're disrespecting everything that you think you're worth, then what are they? A lot of the times they could be broke, they could be ugly, they could be anything, But you really need to consider, how much do you think you're worth? Another thing that I've commonly noticed is that we push people in because we are so afraid of that loss. We are so afraid to lose people. And the issue with that is that, not that like that we need people. We're humans, we're gonna need people. The issue with that is that you are building a reliance on someone. And life is super temporary. This world is very much short term, and things aren't gonna last forever. Change happens as people grow, as time goes on, things change. And if you have such a strong reliance that you feel like you need to violate yourself in order to keep someone in your life, that becomes a toxic habit, and it's just gonna hinder you in the long run, because you have this set and predetermined need for someone else who does not have that need for you, because they're walking out. They don't need you, and they've said that. They've made that clear. So why do you need them? What makes you different? And that's something that you really need to set apart. They've already grasped this, that they're okay with missing out on you, but why do you need to force them? Another thing is that, who are these people? Are they worthy of being in your life? Are they worthy of your attention? Are they worthy of your love? Are they worthy of knowing you? And that is something we need to think about. If we surround ourselves constantly with trash people, what are we going to become? Trash. If we surround ourselves with intelligent people, what are we going to become? Intelligent. This is a story that it's like very like niche, but and it sounds kind of stupid, but it actually ties in with this. If you have two brother parrots, they're two different parrots, but they're brothers. They come from the same set of parents. They were born the same way. One parrot is given to a butcher, and the other parrot is given to a priest. One parrot is raised to have manners, and this other parrot is raised to talk about cutting and killing. So that's the difference when it comes to the people you are around. They will shape you. So if you are constantly around these people that are negative towards you, why do you feel this need to chase them? Let them miss out on you. That's your gain, not your loss. It feels like a loss in the moment because you're losing their presence, but you're eventually gaining this respect for yourself, because that's what it shows on you. That, oh, I respect myself this much, to the point where I don't mind if this person walks out on me. I'm going to be just fine. And that's a very powerful thing to have, because it shows how much you think you're worth. It genuinely does. A lot of the times, the reason why we struggle with not thinking we're the prize and having that kind of mindset is because we don't have that kind of within self-confidence to feel that way. And that can become very negative, because if you don't have that kind of respect for yourself, how do you expect other people to have that kind of respect for you? And that's really what it comes down to on how you can let people miss out on you, is if you view yourself as a prize. A prize doesn't care if people walk away, because they're the prize. There's always going to be other people coming in to want it more, to need it more. So a prize doesn't care if people are walking out. That's why you want to become like that, because that mentality will allow you to attract the best people into your life, because they are people that want to be there. They are people that worked to be there. When you pay for something, you value it. And that's why a lot of the times we don't mind paying a lot for something that we really want, but after that, we are going to treat it well. Say you bought a new car. It's a fancy car, say a Beamer. You bought a new Beamer. If you paid your own money for that Beamer, you worked your butt off. You went to work every single day, and that's how you paid for that Beamer. You are going to treat it great. You are going to wash it every week. You are going to make sure you don't get a scratch on it. You are going to drive responsibly, because you do not want to ruin your Beamer. On the contrary, say you were given this rusty old car. You don't care what happens to the car. You didn't pay for the car. The car's not worth anything. That's the difference. That's the difference between viewing yourself as a prize. View yourself as the beamer. View yourself as someone that deserves to be upkept, treated well, respected. I'm not saying people have to be your slave and serve you. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. I'm trying to say that if you feel as if you are deserving of this kind of attention and this kind of energy around you, that is what you're going to get. If you're constantly chasing people, not only does that person see that, oh, they're willing to tolerate disrespect, everyone watching you also sees that that person is willing to tolerate respect, and they're going to start treating you the same exact way. A lot of the times when we see a laughing stock, it's because one person laughed, they didn't say anything, and so now everyone's laughing, and now they're still not saying anything, and now they don't like it, but they should have said something in the first place. That's the difference. People that can stick up for themselves will always win because they don't mind if people walk out. They don't mind if they have no one because they have confidence within themselves. People will come and go, times will change, and you will not be the same person 10 years from now as the person you are watching this video. Don't be stuck with the same people. Don't let people trap you in their bubble. Let people miss out on you.